OK!
Now on OK TV.
New stars and a new host. We're taking you behind the scenes of the dancing premiere.
OK!
Is Lupita Nyong'o signing on to one of Hollywood's biggest franchises?
OK!
Hail to the chief. House of Cards star Michel Gill steps into the loft, revealing an on-set secret you may not know.
We've never worked on camera together, so honestly, this was a dream come true.
OK!
Living large in Las Vegas with all your favorite stars. Team OK shows you how to literally party like a rock star.
OK TV. Entertainment, gossip, life. OK TV starts now.
One-on-one with House of Cards President Walker and Game of Thrones' newest cast member. Welcome everyone to OK TV. I'm Julie Alexandria here in the New York loft.
And I'm Alex Miranda on the OK TV City Sightseeing New York bus in Bryant Park. Those stories are coming up, but first, a new season of Dancing with the Stars is underway, but this won't be like anything you've seen before. Welcome back to the ballroom. The premiere of Dancing with the Stars' 18th season had a new look and feel. And OK TV caught up with the new co-host, Erin Andrews.
You just want to try to ask the questions that everybody's thinking at home, like, why did you do this? You know, you already have enough on your plate.
Erin tells us how she feels more comfortable behind the scenes than dancing herself.
Dancing with Max in season 10 was one of the best times of my life. Helped me through a lot of stuff. But I like feeling like I'm not going to puke before I hit the ballroom floor. And every time I danced, I felt like I was going to vomit. But it was fun.
Two stars who were more comfortable on stage were ice dancing gold medalists Charlie White and Meryl Davis.
Leading up to it, I felt good, and then, you know, like, I'm start walking out there and I'm like, oh boy, here it comes. But you know, it's something that we're both so used to, having experience dealing with the nerves of the moment, of the pressure of a live performance, that we can make the most of it regardless of how we feel.
I was surprisingly not nervous at all today. I was just excited for the experience. This is all kind of about having fun. So yeah, no nerves, just excitement.
12 new celebrities returned to the show, and lo and behold, Olympic star Charlie White had the highest score. OK TV is your place for dancing news. We'll be in the ballroom all season long.
Welcome to the gossip. These are the stories that you gotta know. Well, Taylor Swift may be made fun of a whole lot, but she wants you to know she's totally in on the joke. The pop star made a For Your Consideration video for the upcoming American Country Music Awards, where she poked fun at herself for her love of all things girly and her well-known dating history.
So the thing is like, we were done, and then like a week later, they got together, and that's like a few weeks ago, and now they're in Italy? I don't understand.
That's a big jump, right?
Like, are they getting married?
I mean, like, and then that's a little fast, and I'm saying that.
The ACM Awards will air April 6th on CBS. Everyone is closely watching recent Oscar winner Lupita Nyong'o's next move, and as it turns out, it might just be to a galaxy far, far away. Sources close to Star Wars Episode 7 say that the 12 Years a Slave star met with director J.J. Abrams a few weeks ago regarding the female lead in the highly anticipated movie. And Nyong'o isn't the first star to be rumored for the film. Recently, sources confirmed that Adam Driver of the HBO series Girls was in final negotiations to play one of the villains in the film. In a speech given at South by Southwest, Girls creator Lena Dunham said that she was happy for her male co-star, but that her female co-stars aren't getting the same kind of attention. She told the crowd, "People are ready to see Adam play a million different guys in 1 year. Something has to change, and I'm trying." Dunham explained that Allison Williams and the other stars of the hit show are already being typecast and have yet to see parts that offer them a chance to, quote, stretch their legs. Well, if you can't get enough celebrity news and gossip, you can check us out on the feed 24/7 at OKTVUSA.com.
Hot actors, a compelling story, and a lot of action. But that's just the beginning. Viviana Vigil talks with Ashley Judd and Tony Goldwyn about the other reasons to see Divergent.
How are we safer? The brilliance of the faction system is that conformity to the faction removes the threat of anyone exercising their independent will. Divergents threaten that system.
Being a father of two daughters who are around Trish's age, the themes of this movie really resonate for me. So I read this script and thought it transcended the genre. It wasn't just a young adult story. It's something that's really as relevant for adults.
You're kind of good at this. Something that stands out for me in the film is the way that Trish and her female cohort have these strong female-to-female alliances, which is part of what allows them to survive.
Welcome to Dauntless.
Is this a movie that you recommend parents see with their youth?
Absolutely.
Sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think it could generate a lot of conversations because that parent-child connection in Divergent is really huge. It's a big part of the underpinning of the whole story.
Fear does something strange to people, but not you. It doesn't shut you down and wakes you up.
OK TV recently got presidential when actor Michel Gill, who plays President Garrett Walker on House of Cards, stopped by the New York loft. I feel like calling you Mr. President.
Okay, that's fine. That's great. When you think about presidents being elected with 50 million votes, you think, wow, how do they do that? And I think often about that I was elected by David Fincher, Kevin Spacey, and Beau Willimon. And those are the only 3 votes that I needed.
This is the State of the Union, Frank. I won't be left in limbo.
Was there any specific president throughout time that you derived any of your mannerisms or looked to for inspiration?
Well, I've been really observing presidents really closely since I was 4 or 5. There is something really crazy about the secrecy that they hold, the power that they have, the lack of power, and the humanity.
Now your character, President Walker, plays opposite the Vice President, Frank Underwood, played by the amazing Kevin Spacey. What is it like working with him?
So delightful. He's such a champ. He's such a pro. He's so focused. He raises the bar. You want to meet him there. He's delightful. He's funny. And he's loving it. He loves this part.
Well, congratulations on season 1 and season 2. When can we expect season 3?
Yeah, February, maybe Valentine's Day next year.
Oh, and what a gift that would be, Michel Gill. Thank you so much for stopping by.
You're welcome. Thank you.
House of Cards is somewhat of a family affair for Gill. Later on in the show, he opens up to me about what it's like to work on the show with his real-life wife.
Coming up on OK TV.
Star-studded events are constantly being thrown for celebrities like the Kardashians in Las Vegas, and we're showing you who creates these over-the-top experiences.
80s bands unite. Kiss and Def Leppard may be coming to your town. We've got the scoop.
Seeing a different side of the band American Author.
This kid always loses his phone.
This is really true, but it's not that bad because Zach has jokes that are worse than your dad.
Always on 24/7. Here's the feed from OKTVUSA.com. OK TV. Entertainment, gossip, life.
I love it. All the gossip. Yeah, we got it.
When the A-list parties, they head to one place, Las Vegas, and Maylene Ramey finds out what it takes to put on an over-the-top party.
When celebrities come to Las Vegas to party in the clubs, they expect the best experience possible. And there's one job in particular that makes it all happen: entertainment marketing. We talked to one of the partners at Tao Group who shares their secrets to throwing a star-studded bash.
We like to have Tao Group and all of our properties be like a home base for all the talent that comes into town. My main job is to create relationships with celebrities and talent. Part of that job is forecasting who's going to be big within 2014 and then get them into the club. We have certain celebrities that have been coming to us for years that we know what they like to eat, what they like to drink. We do the promoted birthday where we have the event flyer and we really get the message out there, kind of a birthday, and it becomes a huge event. Yeah, they go crazy. But that's part of the experience. That's part of Vegas, is, you know, never knowing what's going to happen.
Sounds like an exciting job. If you want to party with the celebs, the Tao Group properties are an excellent choice.
2 iconic rock bands are teaming up to put on one legendary concert.
What's happened over years, rock and roll has become more like the blues. As long as you're writing about things that your audience understands and can connect to, you can keep playing it. It's not the music of teenagers, it's the music of life, about celebration.
Kiss and Def Leppard announced their Heroes Tour and answered fans' questions through Twitter and streaming video on LiveNation.com. The tour kicks off June 23rd in Utah. The bands will visit 40 cities before wrapping up August 31st in Texas. iHeartRadio's Paul the Web Guy learns a few moves from Little Mix and gets answers from Best Day of My Life. And it's just a few of the 5 things you need to know.
So UK girl group Little Mix has been everywhere with their new song Move, and we wanted to learn the moves to move. So we had the girls in, and it was moving.
Okay, so arms are folded, legs together, and you're going to rock back on your right. So you, 2, 3, and hey, get your back off the wall. Don't you get comfortable. Looking so hot, I think.
Your hair.
Like this.
Flicky quick.
Yes!
I know that you wanna, but you can't, 'cause you gotta stay cool in the corner when the truth is that you wanna move. I know that you wanna, but you can't, 'cause you gotta stay cool in the corner when the truth is that you wanna move. So move.
Give it up for Little Mix. So you know the American authors from their breakout song Best Day of My Life, and we got to get to know the guys even better by only freestyling in our first ever all freestyle interview. For people who don't know American authors, tell me something cool about y'all.
Well, we formed in Boston, and now we live in Brooklyn, and we all dropped out of school.
So for people just getting into you, tell me something new. Something new.
This kid always loses his phone.
This isn't really true, but it's not that bad, because Zach has jokes that are worse than your dad.
And that's just a few of iHeartRadio's 5 things you need to know. Make sure to check back every week at iHeartRadio.com/5things.
The Big Bang Theory's Mayim Bialik has a lot in common with the character she plays on the show, but what you may not know is she actually has a real PhD in neuroscience. And her talents don't stop with acting and science. The star recently stopped by WLNY's Live from the Couch right here in New York City to talk about her newest project, a vegan cookbook.
But the point is, it's not a cookbook to make you vegan or to be vegan. Every major medical organization agrees we should all be eating more fruits and vegetables, less processed foods. And so what this book is the recipes that I actually cook for my actual children and for everyone I know who's not vegan, which is most everyone I know is not vegan. So the idea is just to have a lot more plant-based recipes, but the point is they're inexpensive, they're convenient, they're with ingredients that are already in your house. It's not a fancy I'm not a fancy person, despite all the hair and makeup.
You'll definitely be seeing much more of Mayim as CBS recently renewed The Big Bang Theory for another 3 years.
Coming up on OKTV. Reggaeton star Daddy Yankee drops new information on his new album. We're taking you back to Vegas.
Celebrity style to fit in at any party, day or night. We're showing you how to shop like the stars do.
Game of Thrones is coming back, and we're introducing you to a new resident of King's Landing.
The Lannisters are the only ones who pay their debts.
Hi, this is Thomas Gibson from Criminal Minds. You're watching OKTV.
OKTV.
He's one of the artists included on a mixtape inspired by Game of Thrones, and Maylene Ramey's going one-on-one with Daddy Yankee in Las Vegas to find out what else he's working on.
Are you ready?
Puerto Rican reggaeton star Daddy Yankee was recently here for the Mixed Martial Arts Awards. He told us some of his favorite cities to perform in and some upcoming projects.
I perform a lot here in Vegas. Yeah, of course, Miami, New York, which is my city. You know, of course, New York is my hometown. You know, Puerto Rico. But right now, I'm getting a lot of love in Europe and South America. Crazy. I got like 3 new singles coming up, 2 for the Anglo market and 1 for the Latino market. So that's how I'm working right now. I'm gonna release a couple of new songs this month.
We can't wait for his new album to come out and to see him again in Vegas.
Going from a stylish day to a glamorous night, we're getting a celebrity star makeover on a budget. Beverly Hills Pawn star Corey has a keen eye for glamour. Now Corey's going to show our own Shandy Finnessy the secrets she uses to get that Beverly Hills look every day.
Today we're at Love at Second Sight in Westlake Village. It's a second-hand store. It's one of my favorite spots. They buy, sell, and trade. What do you look for? Well, Shandy, if you want to look like $1 million, you must complement your outfit with the right accessory. Okay, so if you're talking about a day look, what do you do? Well, you could grab a crossbody Louis Vuitton, which is a statement piece on its own. And you could pair that with a fedora hat, one of my favorites. Super cute. And top it off with some Chloe sunglasses and call it a day. Okay, Shandy, so for a glamorous night out, you could wear a Stella and Dot pearl necklace. Classic and elegant. Exactly, and you could couple it with a Christian Louboutin clutch to complete the look. I love it. You look Beverly Hills. Thank you. Thank you so much, Corey. You can see more of Corey on Beverly Hills Pawn Wednesday nights 9 Eastern and Pacific on Reels.
For actor Michel Gill, playing President Walker on House of Cards is a dream job, but for more than one reason. He opened up to me about it on a recent trip to the loft. Now I want to ask about another cast member of the show, someone who is very close to you. Tell me about the Secretary of State and your relationship with her.
My wife, Jane Atkinson, plays the Secretary. She played Senator Catherine Durand at first, until Kevin found his way to push her into Secretary of State. And we've worked together for many years, for 25 years in the theater. We've never worked on camera together. So honestly, this was a dream come true. There was nothing more exciting than sitting opposite each other in the Oval Office or at a cabinet meeting and just sitting there just before action and going, really? This is really happening? Can you believe this? How fun. And then boom. All right, go do this.
Yeah, the bots are around.
Yeah.
Love it.
It's so much fun.
Michael tells me that so far, only the first episode of season 3 has been written, but he was tight-lipped on what happens. But he did open up about season 2. You can find that interview at okTVUSA.com. But warning, fair warning, lots of spoilers ahead.
Book burnings, the Nazi Party, and a world war as seen from a young person's point of view. It's new on Blu-ray in The Book Thief. Adopted by Jeffrey Rush and Emily Watson after her own parents have fled the Nazis, young Sophie Nélisse smuggles a smoldering treasure from a book burning, and her education begins.
Let's make this our secret. We'll read it like the other book. In the basement.
Morning, Your Majesty. For The Book Thief, I read the script first and then the novel. And so the novel inevitably became a bit of a kind of Bible on set because it provides you with a lot of rhythm and pace and inspiration for the character.
The young girl is determined to enrich her education by any means necessary in a time of great oppression.
People who have joined the Nazi Party are working and thriving, and the Jews are beginning to be taken away, and everybody is in that place of not knowing what's really quite what's happening, what's going on.
What on earth are you doing?
The Book Thief is always like, it's a dark subject and it's all really sad, but we can like laugh during the movie and like I think kids will love it.
Woman on the battlefield, not in mine. I'm unarmed.
A hidden truth bringing The Book Thief to life is just one of the extras on the new Blu-ray in stores now.
Coming up on OKTV.
Game of Thrones' new character and his nerve-wracking debut on set. The show's new star stopping by the New York loft.
Hi, I'm Erica Dickerson, and you're watching OKTV.
He plays the newest character on one of the biggest shows on TV, Game of Thrones. Pedro Pascal, thanks for being here.
Thank you for having me.
You play Oberyn Martell. The nickname of your character is the Red Viper. You're out for some revenge. What gives?
Why did you come to King's Landing, Prince Oberyn?
I was invited to the royal wedding. The Lannisters aren't the only ones who pay their debts. He is coming to King's Landing with vengeance in his heart to come up against the most intimidating characters in the series. The people you don't mess with, he goes there to mess with. And they call him the Red Viper because of the way that he fights.
This series has such an intense following. I mean, is there an extended pressure because there is such a big following of the TV show, of the books, and people having expectations, preconceived notions about this character?
Yeah, I'd say there's a lot of pressure. I was pretty nervous.
Really?
Yeah.
How did that manifest? Did that affect you at all?
It manifested like this. But they made it really easy on set. Everybody's really friendly and everyone's having a lot of fun. Everyone knows what they're doing. So all of the nerves kind of like dissipated.
What is that like to be there and completely ensconced in that world?
It's awesome. There were definite moments of kind of like taking it all in and just being like, wow, this is really cool, and kind of geeking out.
Pedro Pascal, thank you so much for being here. You can catch season 4 of Game of Thrones Sunday evenings on HBO after it premieres April 6th.
Thanks for watching. I'm Alex Miranda on the OKTV City Sightseeing New York Bus in Bryant Park. Remember, when we're not on, the feed is always on 24/7 at OKTVUSA.com.